So the last few videos I've uploaded, you've been watching me play Doom in the background, so I kind of wanted to give you my thoughts and opinions on the game so far. I'll be honest with you, this was not a game on my radar. I haven't been paying attention to it. Like, I knew it was coming out. I watched like the announcement trailer, and I think that was it. Like, I haven't read or watched anything else. Just didn't expect a whole lot, I guess, from it. And the last 3 days is like totally consumed me, and I consider that a good thing. First thing that I liked is that they brought back a lot of things that made some of the older shooters so popular and a lot of fun. Like, as soon as I jumped in, I was kind of brought back to the moment of my days playing Quake and Unreal Championship, Unreal Tournament, games like that. Personally, I always kind of felt like Unreal was just a little bit too fast for my liking. Doom is fast, don't get me wrong, but it seems a tad bit slower than Unreal, which I like for an arena shooter. So for me, the pacing felt really good, and you gotta stay moving in this game. If you try camping or hiding in this game, you're gonna get creamed, so you're not gonna be running into a whole lot of campers. There were a couple of game modes in the beta. You got your normal team deathmatch, which is the same in every shooter that you play these days, just kill the other team. But then you've also got this variant of King of the Hill called Warpath, and I'm not saying it's never been done before, but I've personally never seen anything like this before. It's King of the Hill, but you know, King of the Hill is usually stationary. Sometimes the hill will kind of jump around to different locations on the map. But in this game mode, there's a circuit that wraps around the map, and the capture area is constantly moving along this strip. And I don't know, I just thought it was brilliant. It seems like such a minor change, but it seemed like really new and fresh to me. It keeps everybody moving, you know where it's at all times. And for instance, if you knew that it was coming into a certain location, you could, you know, set up an ambush in that location. You could get up high and be ready to rain down fire if you wanted to. So for me, this was by far my favorite game mode. And like I said, it just felt new. And I actually hope that a lot of other games look at this and kind of jack the idea, because I wouldn't mind playing this in other games. The guns overall feel really well balanced. For the most part, I saw people running around with just about every type of weapon that there was available, and I played with them all. The one that I didn't like really was the assault rifle. That just seemed underpowered, but everything else seemed just fine. I ended up, for the most part, just sticking with a shotgun for my primary, which delivers a lot of damage up close, as you can imagine. And then I carried a rocket launcher, which allowed me to have more long-distance shots, but also give some splash damage. So if somebody's trying to run around a corner or whatever, you can hit that wall and pick them up there. You've also got frag grenades, but they also had a different type of grenade, which I really liked, which I also thought was a cool idea. It like siphoned health from the enemy. So like a lot of times if I was being shot in the back, I'd turn around and throw that, and the people would run through it. It would drain their health, but as it drains their health, it actually gives you their health. So I actually like that, because you would get back the health that, you know, they took away from you a lot of times by being shot in the back. And a lot of times you can actually flip the script and end up getting the upper hand and killing them instead of them killing you, even though they saw you first, they shot first, which I really like that. There's no health regen, and just like the old days, the map is full of health and armor pickups. The little green bars that you see are armor, which I recommend going after and picking up, because I saw a lot of people just completely ignoring them. And also, after you kill somebody, their armor lays out on the ground, so you can run over there and capture that as well. There's a couple of special abilities that spawn on the map, some power weapons. Overall, it still felt really well balanced, I thought. And one ability that I guess everybody was fighting over, the one main ability, is this demon rune, which is pretty freaking awesome. As you could probably guess, it turns you into a demon. And so the full game, from what I understand, is going to have several different variants, but the beta included one where you're a demon with a rocket launcher and a jetpack, which, you know, who wouldn't want to do that? Now, this does feel kind of OP whenever you're doing it. It feels OP whenever you're going against it, but the way they set it up, I still think felt really balanced. I mean, you can go balls to the wall, get into the middle of the action, and rack up a lot of kills, but here's the thing. If you die before the timer runs out, then somebody else can pick up the demon rune. So a lot of times, if you've got somebody on your team who's the demon, who's running around, they're getting in the middle of the action, they'll end up getting killed, and then the enemy team can pick up the demon rune and then all of a sudden it can flip the entire game, and I've seen enemy teams come back and win just simply because we didn't hold on to our demon rune. Like, the guy was just too eager to get into the middle of the action, and sometimes that guy would be me. Again, felt really good, and last 3 days I have sank a lot of hours into this game, and I haven't talked to Bethesda or anything. Actually, one of my best friends gave me the code for this. I wasn't even that excited to download it. He was like, I got this extra code. I'm like, okay, I'll try it out or whatever, and then I couldn't put it down. And so while this game wasn't on my radar to begin with, it may have just sold me. I'm still not entirely convinced, because sometimes you can get into a game and put in several hours before it, and whenever you play the full version of the game, you realize there wasn't much else here. So it's hard to say, this game is a must-buy until you actually play the full game and put in, 10 or so hours sometimes on it before you really actually know. But I will say that I have had a blast with the beta, and the beta actually increased my odds by a lot. And so that was just the multiplayer aspect of it. Of course, you got the single player campaign, which Doom is known for. So definitely impressed with Doom so far. Let me know if you're interested in this game, and if it'd be something that you'd like to see me play more on this channel. That does it for me, the Red Dragon. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.